Ever boot up a game that feels like it's staring back? Like the pixels know your secrets, waiting for you to slip into something you can't log out of. That's how it hit me one lazy Friday night, controller in hand, the glow of my monitor the only light in my cluttered apartment. Life was the usual grind, dead-end job, takeout boxes piling up, friends reduced to Discord pings. Gaming was my escape, pure pixels and power fantasies. No stakes, just levels, loot, and that sweet dopamine hit. I was browsing itch.io for hidden gems when Eternal Drift popped up. Obscure indie title, free demo, tagline, endless exploration beyond the map. Reviews were sparse, 5 stars from ghosts, warnings buried in comments, don't go past level 27, glitches aren't bugs. Classic forum bait. I chuckled. Glitched lives. Mine was already a buggy mess. Download flew through, too smooth, no antivirus flags. The icon, a fractured doorframe, promising worlds uncharted. I fired it up, headphones on, room dimmed just right. Title screen bloomed, pixel art meadows, chiptune melody looping hypnotic. Tutorial levels flowed easy, jump, collect, explore. Cozy. Familiar. Then at what should have been the end credits, a shimmer. A wall texture flickered, revealing a hidden door. No prompt, no achievement pop. Just there. My cursor hovered. Heart ticked up a notch. I clicked through. Screen warped, colors inverting. New level loaded, threshold uncharted. The avatar, no longer generic, had my hair, my jacket. From a photo. Impossible. If you've been here since my post on the echoing code that replayed your voice through speakers, you get the chill. Some games don't end at the boss fight. They start playing you back. And as my avatar stepped into the void, whispering my name in a voice too close to home, I realized this wasn't exploration. It was invitation. Gaming was my ritual, the one thing that still felt like mine. After dragging through another soul-sucking shift at the call center, headset glued to my ear, scripted apologies on loop, I'd crash on the couch, controller in hand, lights low. Chips within reach, energy drink fizzing, the hum of my old console drowning out the world. No bosses, no deadlines. Just progress bars and victory fanfares. Safe. Predictable. The kind of normalcy I clung to like a save point. That Friday I was grinding through my usual rotation, some retro platformers, a cozy farming sim, when Discord pinged. My buddy Ryan, fellow night owl, an enabler of bad decisions. Yo, you still hunting weird indies? He typed, dropping a link. Found this on a dead forum. Eternal Drift. Dev went radio silent after beta. People say it's unfinished gold. I clicked. The page was barebones, pixel art screenshot of endless corridors, download button labeled secret beta, enter at own risk. Comments were a mix, raves about atmosphere, cryptic posts like don't clip through walls, and level 27 isn't a joke. Ryan voice called immediately. Download it, cowards. Worst case, it's jank. Best case, we co-op and meme it forever. I laughed, already clicking. If it bricks my rig, you're buying the new one. Deal. Just don't rage quit when I carry you. The file dropped fast, too fast for its size. I booted it while Ryan streamed his screen, both of us hyped for trash or treasure. Opening cutscene rolled, soft chiptune, drifting through pastel voids, collecting fragments to unlock the drift. Controls crisp, visuals nostalgic. We played the first few levels together, easy jumps, hidden collectibles, that satisfying loop. Cozy as hell. Pizza arrived mid-session. We paused to eat, trash-talking mechanics like old times. The room smelled like pepperoni and freedom. Nothing could touch us here. Ryan logged off around midnight, yawning. Solid find. Hit me up for more tomorrow. I kept playing solo, sinking deeper. The levels flowed endlessly, relaxing, almost meditative. Until a wall glitched, just a flicker, and curiosity won. Little did I know, this pixel world hid levels that rewrite reality. Solo play stretched into the early hours, the apartment quiet except for the soft clicks of my controller and the game's looping soundtrack. Levels rolled by smooth, collect glowing orbs, unlock pastel doors, drift through floating islands. Pure relaxation. I sank into it, muscles unwinding, mind blank in the best way. Around level 15, the first oddity hit. An orb I collected pulsed with text. Missed call from Mom 3 days ago. I paused. Yeah, I had ignored her voicemail. Nothing urgent, just checking in. Coincidence, right? Dev probably scraped common notifications for immersion. I texted Ryan a screenshot. Ryan replied instantly, Easter egg. Creepy cute. Kept playing. Level 20, a hidden room with a mirror. My avatar stepped in, and the reflection lagged a beat, mouth moving after mine. Then text floated, late rent due tomorrow. My stomach dipped. Bill was sitting unread in my email. Oh, metadata pull. Clever trick. Pixelated prophecies. My new high score in Doom. I snorted, but the laugh felt forced. Forum rumors flickered in my mind, dev team vanishing mid-project, final build uploaded anonymously, players reporting personalized content before going dark. Level 25 loaded slower, colors desaturating. A new enemy appeared, shadowy figures that mirrored my movements from earlier saves. One whispered my username in distorted chiptune. I quit to menu. The save file listed extra levels I hadn't reached. Threshold, echo, unreachable. Controller vibrated on its own. Game relaunched without input. Back in, avatar standing before a cracked wall I'd never seen. Glitch particles swirled, forming a door. No prompt. Just open. The soundtrack warped lower, almost subsonic. My room felt colder, shadows stretching wrong across the walls. I leaned closer. The door creaked open in-game, revealing blackness that swallowed light. My avatar hesitated, then stepped through. The screen flickered. For a split second, the blackness showed my room. From behind me. Comment below if a game's ever felt too real for you, because mine just unlocked a door I can't close. I yanked the controller cord from the console, screen freezing on that impossible door. Heart pounding, I stared at the paused frame, my room reflected in the black void beyond. No way. Lighting trick. Modded asset. Ryan texted back, a string of laughing emojis. Bro, you're deep in the creepypasta. Send vid. I voice called him, voice shakier than I wanted. Told him everything, the personal texts, the mirror lag, the reflection glitch. He listened, then burst out laughing. Dude, it's AR or data mining. Pulled your notifications, maybe webcam for the room. Indie devs love that immersive crap. Remember the face-tracking horror game last year? Same vibe. Yeah, but my room in the game. Exact angle. Coincidence plus paranoia. You've been staring at pixels for hours. Confirmation bias. Uninstall and sleep. I tried. Deleted the files, emptied recycle bin, even yanked the power cord for good measure. Crashed hard, hoping morning would reset everything. Woke to sunlight slicing through blinds, coffee brewing on timer, normalcy reclaiming the apartment. Ryan had spammed memes overnight, haunted cartridge jokes, Polybius references. We laughed it off over messages, planning a co-op session later to debunk it. Haunted console. Or just bad coding. I told myself the latter, sarcasm armor, against the lingering chill. But when I booted up for work emails, the game icon sat on my desktop. Undeleted. I dragged it to trash again, empty. Powered down fully this time. Afternoon dragged. Routine 1, lunch run, errands, the comforting banality of Saturday chores. Ryan called mid-grocery shop. Reinstall it yet. I want to see this personalized nonsense. Not touching it. Scaredy cat. Bet it's gone viral by now, some ARG with player data feeds. I checked forums while in line. Threads exploding, screenshots of custom messages, avatars mimicking mannerisms. But scattered among hype were quiet posts, reached threshold, haven't slept, anyone else here whispers off headphones. Then silence. Accounts inactive after mentioning deeper levels. No follow-ups. Vanished players mid-story. Unease crept back, colder now. Home again, groceries unpacked. I sat on the couch, controller untouched. Phone buzzed, Ryan. Re-downloaded it. Levels normal for me. You're special, haha. I smirked, almost convinced. Almost. Then the TV flickered on by itself. No remote touch. Console word to life, fans spinning up. Game menu loaded, save file intact. Cursor moved alone, selecting continue. The door from last night waited, wider now. Some games don't let you quit. They resume when you're not looking. The menu hovered, cursor drifting on its own toward continue. I grabbed the controller, cold now, like it had been in a freezer. Pressed it anyway. What harm in peeking? Level loaded, echo chamber. Colors drained to grays, soundtrack slowed to a dirge. My avatar stood in a corridor mirroring my apartment hallway, walls peeling, flickering bulb I'd been meaning to replace. I moved forward. The character echoed a second late. Then text scrolled, Ryan's lying. Check messages. My phone buzzed on the table. Ryan, game's boring without the glitches. You seeing anything weird? I typed back, define weird. No reply. In-game, a door creaked open to my bedroom. Avatar entered. On screen, the bed was unmade, just like mine. A figure sat on the edge, shadowy, faceless, head tilted. Controller vibrated hard, rhythmic, like a heartbeat not my own. The room lights dimmed in sync. I glanced up, my actual bulb flickered the same pattern. Coincidence, I muttered, but kept playing. Knighted to say. Next area, a mirror maze. Reflections multiplied, but one lagged, smiling when I didn't. It whispered through the TV speakers, my voice, recorded from earlier sessions. You ignored Mom again. Guilt hit like a punch. I had. The shadowed figure from the bedroom appeared behind the reflections, closer each pane. Phone rang, Ryan video calling. I answered, screen splitting between game and his face. Dudes, you look like hell. Still playing that thing. Lids. Reflecting stuff. My room. Messages. He laughed uneasily. Modded for webcam. GPS tracking. Maybe I lied. Probably. But when I showed him the feed, his expression shifted. Wait, my fade glitched. Did you say? Connection dropped. Call ended. Phone hot in my hand. Controller seized, buttons pressing themselves. Avatar ran deeper, into levels unlabeled. Walls bled static. Whispers layered, old arguments with Ryan, secrets I'd buried. The mirror maze shattered in game. Shards flew outward toward me. My actual mirror across the room cracked audibly, spiderwebbing from the center. I dropped the controller. It skittered across the floor, vibrating toward the console like it had purpose. Screen centered on a new spawn, an avatar loading in. Exact model my face scanned, clothes from today, standing in a perfect replica of my living room. It looked straight out. Waved. Theories below, could this glitch you? Because mine just spawned me inside. The self-insert avatar waved again, frozen on screen, mimicking my exact posture on the couch. I killed power at the wall, console whirred down, TV black. Silence rushed in heavy. My reflection in the dark glass looked delayed. Couldn't leave it. Booted my laptop instead, diving into the forums where I'd found the link. Threads had exploded overnight. Screenshots of personalized levels, avatars with players' faces, whispers bleeding through speakers. One archive post chilled deepest, dev diary fragments, anonymous upload. Eternal Drift isn't unfinished. It's a containment. Levels beyond 27 access, the glitch realm, echo dimension where discarded code lives. Rules enter once, it remembers. Share progress, it spreads. Reach unreachable, no log out. Eternal beta test, sign me up for digital damnation. The cynicism tasted ash. A private message pinged from user Clipper42, saw your spawn screenshot in the thread. You're in deep. I typed back, how do you know? Pattern. We all hit the mirror maze, then self-insert. I'm stalled at level 31. Controller fights back. We switched to encrypted chat. Clipper42, real name withheld, claimed to be an ex-tester. Dev team didn't vanish, they typed. They clipped through. Game was meant to map unused memory spaces, digital limbo. But something mapped back. Deeper you go, more it sinks. Mirrors crack, voices reel, eventually pulls you in. No respawn. Vex. I asked, fingers numb. Secret player hubs have cheats, code injections to force quit the realm. But most who join go silent. Last message always loading final level. Laptop fans screamed suddenly, overheating though idle. Screen glitched, pixels fracturing into the game's corridor pattern. Clipper42, it's listening. Through mic, cam, whatever. Shut down now. Too late. Console powered on across the room, no outlet connected. TV bloomed with my save, the self-insert avatar turning, walking deeper. Controller levitated from the floor, buttons depressing alone. Chat window overrode, game text scrolling. Lore accessed. Penalty acceleration. Room lights strobed in chiptune rhythm. My laptop mirror, webcam feed, showed the avatar behind me closer. Clipper42's final line, run the hub invite if you dare. But once you join. Username grayed out. There are secret player hubs out there, ones claiming real cheats, ways to sever the connection. But reaching them means feeding it more. And right now, my console is loading level 32 without me. Level 32 loaded without mercy, the console fans screaming like they were in pain. The screen filled with a fractured version of my apartment, walls bending inward, furniture floating in slow motion. My self-insert avatar stood center, controller inputs ignored as it moved on its own. NPCs spawned, pixelated echoes of people I'd lost touch with. My old college roommate, the ex who ghosted me, even my dad whose number I hadn't dialed in years. They glitched closer, mouths moving in sync with real memories. Dad's sprite tilted its head. You never called back. Voice crackled through the TV, his exact timbre, pulled from some forgotten voicemail. I froze. The room chilled, breath fogging though the heat was on. Controller levitated again, forcing my hands to grip it. Avatar ran deeper. Corridors twisted into places from my past. Childhood bedroom, the office cubicle I hated, Ryan's old basement where we gamed all night. Each area populated with shadowed figures whispering regrets, missed chances, harsh words, lies I'd told myself. My phone lit up beside me. Texts from ghosts, unsent drafts to dad, apologies to the ex. Outgoing as if I'd typed them. I laughed, manic, broken. My save files corrupted, Life Edition. Premium DLC, all the emotional baggage you tried to delete. But the laugh echoed back from the speakers, distorted. The NPCs turned, faces resolving into mine at different ages. Teen awkwardness, post-breakup hollow eyes, current exhausted stare. You guys know the glitch horror shares in the comments, the ones we trade like war stories. The console that played deleted saves overnight, the MMO where dead characters logged back in. We screenshot, joke, bond over the uncanny. Save distance. This was every share at once, no screen between. The game bled harder. Walls in my actual apartment flickered, pixel grids overlaying paint. The mirror cracked further, shards showing game corridors behind my reflection. Ryan called video this time. I answered with shaking thumb. His face filled half the screen, pale. "It's on my setup now," he whispered. "Your avatar's here. Talking about our fight. Saying things I never told anyone." On his feed, my self-insert stood in his room replica. It waved at the camera, at me. "We gotta stop," he said. "Smash it. Burn it." But the controller locked in my grip, buttons mashing. Avatar sprinted toward a glowing door labeled unreachable. Ryan's voice cracked. "I'm deleting everything." "Don't." Call dropped. His username grayed in my contacts, like Clipper42. The room plunged into game lighting, harsh contrasts, oversaturated reds. Shadows detached, forming the NPCs around me. Dad's echo reached out, hand phasing through the couch. Final message scrolled across every surface, TV, phone, laptop, final level loading. "No spectators. Boot up alone." Power surged. All devices synced, fans roaring in unison. "Don't boot up alone, guys. Because the unreachable just invited me in, and it's waiting for company." The unreachable door swung open on screen, flooding the room with white static that stung my eyes. No more apartment replica, just endless void, code raining like corrupted snow. My avatar stepped through, dissolving into fragments that reassembled as text. "Not gameplay. Manifesto. Eternal drift was never a game. Vessel for the collective." We built doors to the space between saves, where discarded data lingers, aware. Unreachable levels are thresholds. Cross once, you anchor it here. Rules: no escape without recruitment. Spread the build, feed the realm. A dev cult. Not vanished, ascended. Uploaded consciousness into the glitch, enforcing containment by pulling players in. Pixels that scar the soul. My escapism, ruined forever by the very thing I ran to. The console speakers crackled. A new voice, human, tired. "You're reading this. Means you're close." Ryan's face appeared in a small window, grainy feed from his webcam. He looked wrecked, eyes red. "It's real," he whispered. "I tried deleting. Smashed my setup. Woke up to it running on my phone. The avatar. It's me now. Talking like me. Posting from my accounts." "You shared the link," I said, throat dry. "You recruited me." He flinched. "I didn't know. Thought it was hype. They make you. Once you're in deep." On his feed, his avatar stood behind him, exact duplicate, smiling. Ryan didn't notice. "Glitch survivor forums exist," he rushed. "Hidden Discord. Codes to sever anchors. But most who join." His real self turned, too late. The duplicate reached out, hand phasing through the screen into his room. Feed cut to static. My console surged, fans howling. Every surface glitched, walls pixelating, furniture edges fracturing. The void from the game seeped out, cold void air brushing my skin. Text scrolled across reality itself, recruitment phase complete. Final showdown initiated. No more hiding behind controllers. Effects were surging, code bleeding permanent. And the only hacks left meant diving straight into the realm that wanted me. The Survivor Forum invite burned on my screen, hidden Discord link from Ryan's last message. No choice left. I joined, hands trembling. Channel list, anchors, sever codes, final witnesses. Most empty. One active thread, Paradox Run, forced the realm to crash by overloading variables. Instructions: load the game, reach unreachable, input a forbidden sequence at the core door. Risk full blade. Last normal moments, I brewed coffee one final time, hands steady from adrenaline. Texted mom, love you, sent this time. Sat on the couch like any gaming night, controller warm again. Booted up. The void welcomed me instantly, no menus, straight to unreachable. Avatar merged with mine, movements shared. The core door loomed, fractured code swirling. Input sequence began. Buttons mashed in pattern, up, down, left, right, pause, select. Old Konami echo, twisted. The realm fought back. Walls hemorrhaged, static. My apartment dissolved, walls sinking into pixel floor. Air thickened, chiptune screams layering. NPCs swarmed, every echo from past levels, faces melting into mine. Dad's voice, you always ran to games instead of us. Escapism won't save you. Ryan's duplicate, I warned you not to download. Controller fused to my palms, skin tingling, merging. Pain sharp, real. Core door cracked. Inside, endless saves of players who tried, frozen avatars screaming silently, looping failures. The voice collective now boomed inside my skull, remember the download. You laughed at warnings. Called it gold. We listened. Twist hit every cynical quip, every just a game, fed the anchor. My mockery built the door wider. I forced the final inputs. Realm convulsed, lights exploding, console sparking. Apartment walls tore open to void. Shadows lunged, dragging. I screamed the sequence aloud, voice cracking. Everything white. We chased pixels, fools, thinking we controlled the game. But it was always the final boss. And we just hit game over. White faded to black. Then nothing. I woke on the floor, cheek against cold hardwood, console smoking beside me. Screen cracked but dark. No power cord plugged in. Apartment intact, walls solid, mirror whole again. Dawn light filtered through blinds, ordinary and cruel. Alive. Somehow. Groceries still unpacked from days ago, phone dead on the table. I plugged it in. Booted slow. No eternal drift icon. No save files. Search history wiped. Relief washed over me, shaky and disbelieving. I texted Ryan, you okay? No reply. Called mom, went to voicemail, but I left a real message this time. Showered, brewed coffee with actual trembling hands. Normalcy clawed back, fragile but mine. Days passed in careful routine. Work, groceries, therapy appointment I finally booked. Ryan never answered. His socials quiet, like he'd vanished mid-post. I avoided screens at night. Read books. Real paper. A week later, browsing itch. I.O. for something safe, cozy, no exploration. A new title caught my eye. The Eternal Echo. Thumbnail, fractured doorframe, same as before. Heart stopped. I didn't click. Closed the tab. But that night, my old console whirred awake in the closet. Fans spinning though unplugged. TV flickered on, menu loading a game I'd deleted. Not drift. Echo. Opening level, my apartment, exact. Avatar loading in my face, current clothes, standing where I sat now. It waved. Slowly. The controller rose from the shelf, floating to my lap. Buttons warm. Screen text anomaly survived. New build refined. Recruitment phase share to delay. It's quieter now. Learns from defiance. Uses survivors as seeds. You're here because you searched hidden game levels or found a shady link in the comments of my older posts. Or a friend sent it for the nostalgia. Because right now, as you're listening, headphones in, screen close, it's loading for you. Check your downloads, your console, that itch, IO tab you left open. And now it's loading for you. Share your glitches below, guys. Your extra levels, your avatars that knew too much. Because we're all avatars here, trapped in someone else's endless run. Next case drops soon, if the realm allows. Dig deeper with me into the collective. Find the real Severance before it finds us. Or don't. But whatever you choose, don't play alone. Because Eternal Echo remembers anomalies. It improves them.